Triumphant Light got your attention. Now, the new pack that came out is actually pretty good. I'm very interested in how they're doing side sets. I feel like they did this with Mythical Island as well, which is not a bad thing, but it's also very just interesting. So, if you never played Pokemon Pocket before, you obviously have to pull from the packs, and they have a set. So it's like set one with Genetic Apex. We had the side set, which was Mythical Island. Set two being Space Time Smackdown. Side set being Triumphant Light. When you get into the game, you get a decent amount of packs. It's every gotcha game. You get some packs you can pull, and then you go about your day. Then they get you to the drip feed, 2 packs a day. Unless you pay for premium, you get 3 packs a day, right? The thing there is, the side sets seem to be where you want to pull from. The reason I say this is Mythical Island has a lot of cards in it that support cards outside of Mythical Island, like a lot of the psychic support. A lot of cards in Mythical Island with psychic support. You had like Mythical Slab, Mew EX was playable in a lot of decks. But ideally, if you just summoned on Mythical Island, you could build decks. I built a very good Mew EX plus Florges, which all cards came from Mythical Island. I did pretty great. And the same with this set. A lot of these cards revolve around Arceus, so it's very interesting. A lot of these cards have like this thing. It's like some kind of link with Arceus. Let's see if I can pull up some examples here. But we'll pull up Magnezone. He has a resilience link. They all have like some kind of link with Arceus, which like if you have Arceus or Arceus EX, something happens. So for resilience, they take less damage. Um, Crobat has like cunning, which they do damage. There's also power link, which like increases the amount of damage they do. It's just stuff like that. I think this is really cool. Now, a lot of people were kind of mad when they saw this for the first time because they were like, "You have to have Arceus, you have to pull it." But they give you a free Arceus after opening 4 packs, which is really nice. I do like that. If you're gonna make a set revolving around a specific card or set of cards, you need to make those cards available. I think it's some kind of law in Japan as well because I know they did this a lot with like some of those Dragon Ball like mobile games like Dokkan and stuff like that, where it's like if there's going to be a card that requires another card for it to be stronger, there needs to be a free to play version of that card. I like that they're forced to kind of do this for this. But this card has a lot of this set has a lot of cool stuff in it. I've been messing around with Darkrai plus Crobat because then you could ideally, if you have the right setup, do 50 damage a turn before you attack, which is stupid. Um, Leafeon looks fun. I am a huge Leafeon fan, and I think Leafeon EX is going to be very great. I'm also liking Glaceon. At first, I was like, it doesn't seem that great. But the fact it just kind of has that passive damage it can do is very nice. It hits for 90, then you take 10. And then, after your turn, you take 10. It's very good. I don't know. I feel like the damage is going to creep up pretty good. Surprisingly, I think the weakest EX in this set specifically, to me, I'll do some more testing, obviously, but to me, is Arceus, which I'm like also okay with. I don't think Arceus EX has to be great, but the fact that I feel like it might be the weakest one, like I said, I need to do more testing. I haven't pulled Probopass. Okay, I'm missing one card from this set, and if you guessed it was Probopass, I'll give you a cookie. I have literally. I think I can show you. Let me see if I can pull it up and show you. I have. I don't know if you can see this. Okay, you can't. You cannot see this. But it says 74 out of 75. The one card I'm mixing is Probopass EX. So I don't know. Maybe Probopass is worse. I couldn't tell you right now. What I can tell you is this set is pretty good. I like some of the things it did. It added. I think Barry's a really fun support card. Granted, he only supports specific Pokemon, but that's once again things I've always talked about. Where a card that's like supports of a specific Pokemon is actually not going to be bad, as long as there's a Pokemon eventually that it can support, right? So for Barry specifically, only supports Snorlax, Heracross, and Staraptor, um, which is like fine as long as we get like a decent Staraptor card, which I do believe we have one now. Um, Barry's pretty solid. He makes their attacks cost cheaper, and that's very fun. I think their favorite type in the game is water because I swear every set we get some kind of buff to water that just doesn't make sense. This time it's Indra. Indra's the Pearl leader from Pokemon Legends Arceus. And she heals 40 damage to each of your Pokemon that has a water energy attached. Which, of course, Space Time Smackdown has Manaphy, who can kind of spread water energy around. We have cards like Vaporeon, which kind of move the energy around. And now we have Indra, who can just heal anyone with water energy. Pretty dope, honestly. It's pretty good ability. I wish Adaman got the same treatment. Adaman, he just next turn steel types take -20, which is kind of sick. Because a lot of steel types have that thing where they're like, oh, I take less damage. It's like Steel's whole thing is just being resilient. So I guess that makes sense. I wish they would have bumped it up to 30. Um, just because it's specifically for steel types. Because we have blue that does -10 for any. And I just feel like -20, that extra 10 damage usually doesn't come into play, especially if you're fighting someone like a fire deck. That -20 is just covering the weaknesses, right? Um, but I do like Adamant. I think it's pretty good. Um, there was one card that I'm interested in, and that's Celestic Town Leader, Elder. I'm interested in seeing how she's going to be used. What she does is she puts a random basic Pokemon from your discard pile in your hand, and that's not bad. I guess you could play it like if you lose a basic early on, and it's the only one in your grave, you can play it and instantly get it back to your hand. That's nice. I'm gonna see if people are just gonna be a card that a lot of people are gonna be playing, or is it gonna be a card that's like rarely seen, if seen at all. But I think we got some good cards in this set. I am very happy with these. The full arts look insanely nice. I have all the full arts, and I'm gonna sit here and say one full art looks better than the rest, and that is Houndoom. They made my boy look vicious. If you get a chance, look it up. It's the Houndoom from a Triumphant Light. If I felt like editing, which I don't, I will put it up, but I'm not going to do that. So you go out of your way to look this up. It's pretty dope though. I don't know, man. I feel like this set's pretty good. I pulled one of the rainbows. It was the Glaceon. Not the evolution I would have wanted, but you know what? A rainbow's a rainbow, and that means I pulled one from each set so far, which is nice. I'm not very good at pulling those. I'll be honest. I can pull the immersives pretty well. I guess the 3 stars. I don't know. I feel like the 3 stars are easier to pull than the 2 stars, which doesn't make sense, but that's just how it feels. I also feel like the normal EXs are not easy to pull either. I can tell you this because it took me forever to get Weavile EX, and if it wasn't for that Weavile EX event and a lucky Wonder pick, I wouldn't have the three I have. Right, I'll say it. And looks like it's gonna be the same for Probo Pass, so that's fine. Hopefully, we get some kind of Steel event where I can pull the Probo Pass I want. But I'm excited. We got the promo Darkrai. That's cool, I guess. Don't really care about that. I kind of for promo cards, I think I much prefer this to give me like a full art. I don't really. I mean, I like the fact they're giving EXs. Like the Moltres EX was for last month or 2 months ago, or whatever, and Darkrai EX being this time. I do think that's cool, but oh man, it's so weird. The reason I like it when it's just like a full art is because it doesn't feel like I'm forced to pay for the premium. And I don't feel forced anyway. I spend money on the game. I don't care. But like if you're just a random free to play player and you see like, oh, if I had premium, I get a Darkrai EX. Like even if it's just like an alt art Darkrai EX, it's like, oh yeah, but it's still Darkrai EX. And if you haven't pulled that and you wanted that card, it's like, oh, I have to pay $10 to get it. It's like, no. I don't know. I just stick to giving me the really cool Mewtwo, the really cool Pikachu, the cool Piplup. Stick me with those cards, and I don't know. I just feel like it feels better for me. I like it better, but I'm not in charge of them, so I can't really tell them what to do. Anyway, if you're still playing Pocket, let me know how you feel about Pocket. Do you like Triumphant Light? Do you feel like they could have waited a little bit before they dropped the set? I do feel like this set came a little bit quicker than I was anticipating, so I didn't have hourglasses saved up. But next set should be end of April, if I'm not mistaken. So we get a full month here, almost 2 months, almost basically of break. We get to just chill for a bit before set three drops. I'll probably do a video in like a month of what I want to see in set three. Spoilers, it's Cleavor. Regardless, let me know what you think about Pokemon Pocket if you're still playing the game. If you haven't started Pokemon Pocket, do you want to play Pokemon Pocket? If you do, definitely summon on Triumphant Light. That's where you're gonna get the most value for your money at the as a start for me right now. Anyway, I guess that's it. Yeah, I've always said everything twice, so enjoy the rest of your day.